Welcome to the Campbell Museums. A mundane object like a spoon has many stories it can tell, and in this video I explored just a few of these stories. Think of this video as the abridged history behind spoons. This video is part of our What's in the Box series where I pull a box from storage and see what we find inside. So check out our box number 4 playlist for more. Please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel to show us some love. You can also support the Campbell Museums by becoming a member. Okay guys, get ready for almost 20 minutes on spoons. Yes, spoons. Such a simple tool, so simple that literally a baby can use one, yet this unassuming utensil comes in over 50 types. Is it overkill? Perhaps. But nonetheless, spoons have become specialized to handle a wide range of tasks. This video is your primer on spoons, and your newly acquired spoon expertise will be sure to impress your friends, family, and trivia team. First, let's clarify what a spoon is. It's an implement consisting of a small, shallow oval or round bowl on a long handle, used for eating, stirring, and serving food. Though we will see in a moment that there are non-food related uses as well. Spoons tend to be used with liquids or semi-liquid substances, but they are also used to manipulate small items or powdery items that can't be grabbed by a fork. So how did we end up with over 50 types of spoons? Spoons appear to date back to the Paleolithic times and can be found among most cultures at some point in time. However, since we are looking at an American-made spoon, we will focus mainly on its Western origins. In both Greek and Latin, the words for spoon are derived from cochlea, meaning a spiral-shaped snail shell. This suggests that shells were commonly used as spoons in Southern Europe. Additionally, the Anglo-Saxon word spawn, meaning chip or splinter of wood, points towards widespread use of wood for Northern European spoons. As spoons developed, we find them made of a wide range of materials like bone, ivory, wood, ceramic, and later metals, including bronze, silver, gold, and pewter. Early Western spoons have a signature style for connecting the stem to the spoon of the bowl that creates a dramatic profile that we do not see used today. These spoon handles terminated in an acorn, a plain knob, or a diamond. At the end of the 1500s, we begin to see a fig-shaped bowl with the wide end at the tip. The stem is hexagonal in shape. During the 1600s, the bowl became wider near the stem and narrower near the tip. And as the century went on, the stem became flatter and wider. In addition, the drastic offset that was mentioned before became relaxed, and now the stem continued in the form of a tongue more than halfway down the back of a bowl, forming what is called a rat tail. By the 1700s, the fig-shaped bowl was replaced by a more egg-shaped bowl, with the small end as the tip, and the rat tail on the back becomes less pronounced. Finally, around 1760, we see the modern form of the spoon, which has the tip of the bowl be narrower than the base, and the end of the handle tends to be rounded and turned downwards. Now that we have an understanding of what a spoon is and how they developed, let's explore what the heck all these spoons are used for. The devil is in the details. A gravy spoon is a small ladle for serving gravy from a gravy boat. Sometimes they have a lip to help with the pour. A sauce spoon is used to pour sauce, but not gravy, and the bowl is more circular than the gravy spoon. The gumbo, chowder, or cream soup spoon has a round bowl that's larger than a soup spoon, and it's made for eating thicker, creamier soups. A mayo spoon would be used to serve mayonnaise and is a bit larger than a mustard spoon. A mustard spoon is for serving mustard, and it tends to have a deep bowl. Salt spoons are miniature spoons used with an open salt cellar for individual service. A chocolate mixing spoon was probably used to stir a hot chocolate drink, but honestly, I couldn't find much information about them. Slotted spoons are used in food preparation, and they have slots, holes, or other openings in the bowl to help liquid pass through them while preserving the larger solids on top. A serving spoon is kind of a catch-all generic name, but you use them to serve and portion salads, vegetables, fruits. They're larger than tablespoons, and the bowl tends to be a little more on the round side than the oval side to take up food more easily. They also have longer handles. A jelly or jam spoon is a spoon for serving fruit preserves. A bonbon spoon is a spoon with a flat, perforated bowl for bonbons and nuts. And I want to know who eats bonbons so often that they need a special spoon, and can we please be friends? An egg spoon is used for eating soft-boiled eggs. It has a shorter handle and bowl than a teaspoon, and the bowl is broadly round across the end rather than pointed, which is intended to enable the user to scrape the soft-boiled egg out of the shell. A sugar spoon, or a sugar shell, is for serving granulated sugar, and the bowl is often molded into the form of a seashell. A berry spoon is a spoon with a large, broad, deep bowl used for serving berries, salad, or other juicy foods. An olive spoon is used to remove olives or cherries, cocktail onions, and basically any pickled goodie from their liquid while allowing the liquid to drain away easily from the spoon. An absinthe spoon is a perforated or slotted spoon that's used to dissolve a sugar cube over a glass of absinthe. It normally has a very flat bowl with a notch on the handle to allow it to rest on the rim of the glass. Bar spoons or stirrers are used to measure and stir ingredients for mixed drinks. They tend to have a long stem, and they usually hold about a teaspoon's worth of liquid. A caddy spoon is used for measuring tea leaves, and they're traditionally made of silver. The caviar spoon is usually made out of mother of pearl, gold, or animal horn. Basically, you just want to avoid silver, which could affect the taste. The Chinese spoon is a type of spoon with a short, thick handle extending directly from a deep, flat bowl. They typically have higher sides and can hold more liquid than a Western soup spoon. Bonus, they are usually able to be stacked one on top of another for storage. While in Western culture we call them Chinese spoons, they are used by other Asian countries as well. The Korean spoon is a long-handled spoon, often with a shallow point at the end of the bowl. Basting spoons are used for exactly that, to baste. The process of basting involves gradually pouring liquid from the bottom of a pan where meat is being cooked and then pouring it back over the meat, spoonful by spoonful. A ladle is a spoon with a deep bowl and a long handle attached at a steep angle, and you use those to scoop liquids. A French sauce spoon, not to be confused with the sauce spoon from earlier, is typically the size and shape of a dessert spoon, but with a flattened bowl and a small notch on one side that allows oil or fat to drain away from the sauce when scooping it off your plate. A marrow spoon or a marrow scoop originated around the 18th century. They're often made of silver, and they have a long, thin bowl suitable for removing the marrow from a bone. A melon spoon is used to eat melon or to create cute little balls of melon for presentation purposes. A mote spoon, or mote spoon, I don't actually know, is a perforated spoon used to sieve loose tea from a cup. The handle finial has a spike that can be used to unclog the tea spout of a teapot. Rice spoons are for serving rice. Spaghetti spoons have large tines for ladling cooked spaghetti, and sometimes they have a hole in the middle to help you measure uncooked spaghetti. A coffee spoon is a small spoon, usually smaller than a teaspoon, and it's used with after-dinner coffee cups. The bouillon spoon has a rounded bowl and is somewhat similar than a soup spoon, but it's used for eating thinner soups. A soup spoon has a large or rounded bowl for eating soup. A grapefruit spoon or an orange spoon tapers to a sharp point or even teeth, and it's used to cut citrus fruits and melons. The iced tea spoon or parfait spoon has a bowl that's similar in size and shape to that of a teaspoon, but it has a long, slim handle, and it's used for stirring tall drinks, eating parfait, sundaes, sorbets, or similar foods served in a tall glass. The teaspoon is a small spoon suitable for stirring and sipping tea or coffee. The standard capacity is about 1/3 of a tablespoon. The dessert spoon is an intermediate size between a teaspoon and a tablespoon, and it's used for eating dessert. The tablespoon is about 3 times the size of a teaspoon, often used by people to eat ice cream, but it's also used to eat soup when you don't have a soup spoon. The demi-tasse spoon is even smaller than a coffee spoon, and it's used for traditional coffee drinks in a specialty cup. Now we have some creative spoons like the Spork, the Sporf, the Spike, the Splade, basically different combinations of a spoon with a fork or a knife. And then you have the Stroon, which is a straw with a spoon at the end of it for eating slushies. Rat-tail spoons have no special use, it's just an aesthetic. As mentioned earlier, they were developed in the late 17th century, and it just looks kind of like there's a rat tail going down the back of your spoon. A seal-top spoon is also named for aesthetic rather than function. For these spoons, the end of the handle is in the form of a circular seal, like for a wax seal, but instead of sealing wax on letters, the initials were a mark of ownership. This is because way back when in England, around the 16th century, spoons were a valuable commodity. In fact, many people only owned a single spoon, and they were expected to bring it with them when they traveled or attended dinner parties, so having your initials on the spoon helped mark ownership. The anointing spoon is a special spoon that is part of the crown jewels of the United Kingdom. During the coronation of a new British king or queen, the newly appointed sovereign would be anointed with oil using this ceremonial spoon. And this is not the only spoon used in a religious setting. The cochlear spoon is used in the Eastern Orthodox Church to serve consecrated wine, sometimes with a particle of the sacramental bread. You also have apostle spoons. During the 16th century, sets of apostle spoons were very popular christening presents. These were spoons that have the image of a saint or an apostle at the end of each handle. Along that same vein, you can have a maidenhead spoon, which is also from the 16th century, and it ends in the bust of the Virgin Mary. All of this sort of ties into the concept of a silver spoon, like being born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Well, this comes from the fact that silver spoons were given to newborn children to ensure good fortune. And it's a Western practice that has survived centuries. Moving away from religion, we have the ear spoon, which is a small spoon used to remove earwax. You can also find medicine spoons. Medicine spoons were spoons with a partially covered bowl with an aperture at the tip to allow consuming medicine without spillage. We also have love spoons. Various forms exist in many cultures, but in general, love spoons are intricately carved wooden spoons, sometimes linked by a chain, that represent courtship, marriage, or hospitality. A snuff spoon was used to scoop and sniff snuff. That's some great alliteration there. And they were often kept in what people called a necessities set, which sounds like it could be a fun video all on its own. Souvenir spoons are decorative spoons that are used to commemorate a place or an event. One of the earliest souvenir spoon to be sold in the US was the witch spoon, which set off a souvenir spoon mania in the United States in the 1890s and was sold in Salem. While we all own wooden spoons, the wooden spoon has taken on a new role. Wooden spoons are an award that can be given to an individual or a team that has come last in a competition. This reverse award originated at the University of Cambridge during the 1800s. The last one awarded at Cambridge, which is pictured here, was awarded in 1909. Water dippers are spoons with a very big bowl used for scooping water to take a bath. A sewer is a dipper made of a coconut shell that is usually used for bathing and is also used in some religious rituals. And we're done, though this definitely isn't a comprehensive list. Many spoons have been left unaddressed, and let's be honest, how many spoons are you willing to sit through? Though you might have noticed that we didn't even get to the spoon from our box. After all this, I'm still not sure what our spoon was used for. Perhaps it's a basting spoon, but I think it might actually be too large. Let me know in the comments if you have a guess. What I do know is our spoon is a Wagnerware brand spoon made of lightweight metal, and it's about 15 inches long. I hope you had fun exploring spoons in all their forms, and I'd love to know how many different types of spoons you own. Mundane objects can contain big stories, and this spoon had a lot to say. What other stories might it tell? Thanks for watching, and please consider supporting us by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and becoming a member of the Campbell Museums.